Murray, eh? Goddamn ne'er-do-well. You know what he had me doing today? First, he's got me loading a wheelbarrow full of bricks, right? To one end of the site, right? 2 hours later, he's like, oh, Johnny, sorry about that. I gotta get those bricks back where they started. Right in front of all the guys, eh? Just punking me off like that. Then he's got me counting all the broken bricks around the site. I'm like, where's the front end loader to be moving these bricks? He's like, oh, and you know, Dino's got them over at the other house. Unbelievable. You know why? Because I kicked his daughter off the team for swearing.
Oh,
Bitter.
right.
He's a bitter man.
But it is your job, right?
Yeah, but I'm lead hand. I shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Get one of the young, you know, whippersnappers doing that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how long that takes there, Luke, to do that? Lucas. You know how long that takes to count bricks around a house?
Ooh.
Long time.
Someone alert the authorities. There's a grumpy Gus around.
I got a call from Julia today. She says that I'm not allowed to see Charlie anymore.
What?
Oh, the little boy?
Yeah, my son.
And you mean, how perfect is the apartment? I mean, it is right around the corner, Little Italy. I can't believe that we're gonna be living in like Little Italy. I mean, some of the best restaurants, Teatro, Calendar, Bar Italia, Urban Thai. It'll be awesome in the wintertime. It's close to a couple parks. It'll be, I don't want to lose it, right? I think that we should probably call him right now. You know, because remember how many people are applying for the place, you know? But hey, I can call, I have no problem. Or if you want to call, if you feel better about that, it's totally fine. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, this is ridiculous.
So do you think I can learn Spanish over one weekend?
Of course. Why do you need to learn Spanish?
I've got some Spanish colleagues coming from Barcelona. And when I was there, I mean, of course, their English is perfect. When they're coming here, I want to at least be able to ask them some basic questions about their office and how they work and just make them feel at home.
Oh, yeah,
All I know how
to
to
do
say
that.
is order them, you know, I know how to order them beer. Dos cerveza.
That's the most important thing. They'll be right at
No.
home.
Shoot.
Zach, how's it going?
It's going very well, thanks.
Good. Hey, did you call Michelle? Yet?
No, I haven't called her yet, but I will.
Good. Oh, by the way, yeah, how did it go with Victoria last night?
Fine.
No, Charlie doesn't know I'm his father. Either does Ed. It's just me and Julia, and now she's saying, no, you can't see him. You just can't see him anymore.
Well, why did she start saying that now all of a sudden?
When I dropped him off the other day, he was still a little sick, but she said that that night, because we went to see a film, that he was having nightmares, and she blamed it on me, like
Well, what
I
film
was
did
the
you go
director or
see?
something. 28 days later, it's like a zombie film.
It's like a horror film that's
right.
restricted.
Yeah, but we went to
Why
try
would
to
you
see
do-
we went to try to see Finding Nemo or whatever it is about the sharks, but he'd already seen it, so we went to that one.
You
It was
should
an
have
after-
tried
it was
harder.
A matinee.
Hey, buds, nothing wrong with a little bit of sugar sickness and a horror movie.
What are you talking about? He's 8 years old. He shouldn't be going to a restricted zombie
Oh,
film.
horror movies are good for kids.
What? How?
Well, they, you know, like it makes them more affectionate
What?
because it makes them cling to you for comfort.
Are you kidding me?
He was
Great
hugging
That's
me
football.
in the theater.
ridiculous logic.
He was hugging
hugging
me.
you.
Yep.
There's other
Absolutely.
ways to find a child's affection so that they'll hug you. If
Yeah,
you've got to
but
scare them into it, that's pathetic.
Scaring them is the easiest method.
What? That is ridiculous.
No, it ain't.
No, if he loves you, he'll hug you naturally, not
Hey,
because he's scared
That
into
kid's
it.
gonna remember going to see a horror movie with his dad for the rest of his life, even though he didn't know.
Well, I
She
think
has no-
Julia's right.
How can you say that?
How can I say that? Because she made a choice, and you're treading in deep water there, mister. You've got to think about that little boy and his welfare.
See, what I loved about it most was how much it reminded me of my house, you know, my parents, right? It was the hardwood floors. I mean, they were gorgeous, and the windows.
Scratched.
Scratched, yeah, but it kind of gives it a feel that it's worn. People have lived there.
too
It's got a
rough.
history.
It was dirty in there.
Dirty. What
Yeah,
do you-
there was no light. I mean, the windows were so small.
windows. They're like 10 feet windows.
Oh, I know, but the light wasn't, coming through those windows. I
And
mean, it
the
was on the
deck?
opposite side.
And the huge trees that are
Oh,
in
I
the
know,
back.
but
It's going to be
did
amazing.
you smell that basement?
What?
It smelled.
It's a newly renovated basement. So what are you
no,
talking about?
It's not newly renovated. I mean, it was stinky.
Okay, did we look at 2 different houses today? I just...
Look, it reminds me of one of the foster homes I lived in. It smelled.
Oh. Hey, fine. You know, I don't want you to be uncomfortable where we live. You know, we both have to be happy, and I would never put you in a situation where you're uncomfortable. There's other places.
Okay, this is disturbing and disgusting.
Oh,
Why is the U.S. releasing these photos? Have you seen this?
Hey, it's front page news, man.
Front page news, come on. We get it. They're dead, you know?
God, I'm glad it's not scratch and sniff.
Look, the Iraqi people need proof, okay? They need proof that these tyrants are dead.
Yeah,
this
but what
is
about
one way
the
you
city
do
of
it.
Toronto? This is not an Iraqi newspaper.
It's supposed to sap their morale. It's supposed to save American lives. I think it's just going to stir up more.
No,
more
it'll
attacks.
give those people freedom. It'll give those people freedom to
Yeah.
know that
Come
these
on.
guys aren't coming back to get them.
But they've got dental records, x-rays, people who worked alongside these guys, witnesses.
Well,
I mean, why
they
do
need
we-
to. They don't trust the Americans, right? They're not going to just believe a photo. They need all the proof they can give them.
It's horrific.
But wasn't it a couple of months ago that the Americans, there was pictures of dead American soldiers that the Iraqis had,
Yeah.
and then it was a violation of human rights. Now it's okay.
Yep. Forget it. Wow. Forget it.
What?
Nope. That's it. They'll just speak English. How rude. Your guests come from Spain. You can't even say hello. All I know is how to order beer.
Okay, who looks worse? Him or Mick?
I know what you're going through, buds. Saying bye to somebody you love, man, it's not easy. It ain't easy, man. I know you love that kid. I know you do, man. I love my granny, too. She's gonna, Granny McLaughlin's probably gonna pass in the next couple weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry to
It's gonna be the end of a very, very important chapter. You know what I'm saying? She was there for me when my parents passed, and she was like a mom to me most of my childhood, and I don't want to see her go. I gotta be the executor too, So it's
Oh, you mean the executor, Johnny?
yeah. Got a bunch of paperwork and that. She's worth probably around $2 million.
Oh my gosh, really? You stand to inherit $2 million?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, perhaps. I don't care. At this point, I don't really give a crap,
Well, no, of course not.
I'd give any amount of money just to see her strong again, just to see her standing up, you know?
Yeah.
Behind the wheel of a car, screeching around a corner or something like that. Giving me a smack upside the head, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Just to see her strong again.
Okay, so I guess we're going with the Rosedale apartment. I mean, it's not my first choice. It's a little more expensive than I'd anticipated, but it's a wicked area. I mean, the subway's close.
I don't like the Rosedale place.
What's wrong with the Rosedale place?
It just reminds me of a neighborhood I lived in once where, there's a bunch of straight heterosexual young people there. They're all pasty and unfriendly. And did you see the way the landlord looked at us?
Frank?
Frank.
What's wrong with Frank? What do you mean he looked at us? He was joking. He was a funny guy.
He's totally homophobic.
Okay, where did you get that from?
Well, just the way he looked at us, the way he treated us, like we were second-class citizens or something. I mean, I know what that's like, you know. I've been in neighborhoods where they don't even look at you. They treat you like you don't exist. Like they don't invite you to stuff that happens, and you're just invisible. I don't want to live that way.
Fine. We won't move into the Rosedale apartment.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Hi, how are you?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Yeah, that's very
That's
good.
good. What else?
Perdón, lo siento.
What's that?
Excuse me. Sorry.
You might need that a lot.
That'll be really,
Yeah, you
that'll be
probably
really
just-
handy in all my meetings.
Oh,
Excuse me. Oh, sorry.
I got a good one. Amiga.
Amiga.
Zach has a new amiga, Victoria. See, you can even use it in a sentence.
Hey, I've got one. Pete, silencio. It's none of your el business. Oh, el bastardo.
Basta.
Well, you know what you are? You're a big pile of salsa de queso al tul.
Did you just
I
call me
called
nachos?
I called you blue,
Okay,
blue
you
cheese
guys
dressing.
are just a big help. That's great. Thank you very much.
Oh, check out Kurt Frankel, El Pedophilo.
Oh no.
Gross.
82 years old. They didn't catch him till he was 82.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. He's clearly
Oh,
evil.
I love that. Natural causes. Died of natural causes. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
in
but
the,
wasn't it
in the
his-
paddy wagon to the jail? He got a little bit of
He got
natural
El
causes.
Shankoed in the patio.
But wasn't it his plumber who found him? He had some kind of
Yeah,
problem
he
in
had
his
wall-to-wall
apartment.
wall-to-wall
Yeah.
pornography, and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
the plumber called the police.
He
Yeah.
had bad plumbing, all right.
That's great. That's great.
Oh.
And her eyesight's going too. She's probably not even gonna be able to see the, you know, the Vancouver Molson Indy.
Oh,
You know, one of her favorite races of the year.
right.
She's, you know, she's in bed. She thinks she's in a race car, eh?
Oh.
In her bed.
Yeah.
She's yelling at doctors. She's saying, "Bring me a rum and coke." She's calling them nerds and stuff like this. And they're saying to me, "Oh, she's hitting that dementia stage of her illness." I'm like, dementia? If that's dementia, she's been like that for the past 50 years. You just met Granny McLaughlin.
Oh.
And I said, "Hey, docs, you guys ever heard of euthanasia?" Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you know those kids in China? They didn't think it was too funny either.
No.
But
She had a good life, though.
oh, she's had a fantastic life. She's had, you know, geez, if I could have had her life.
You've
Something
got
to
a
be
good-
grateful for.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Mopey Butt. You've got plenty to be grateful for. Look at you. You're young. You're handsome. You've got a good job. You can have a family still. I mean, why are you obsessing about this one thing?
You know what? I already have a kid. I mean, and I haven't seen him. I
But
haven't even
he's
seen him
not
grow
your
up to the
kid.
first. That's
What are
my
you talking about?
child.
That's his son.
He's
my
been
flesh and
raised
blood.
by another family.
It doesn't matter. That's my flesh and blood. I missed the first 8 years of his existence, and now I'm being told that I have to miss the next, 50, 60 years of his
No,
life.
oh, please don't. Let me get the violin out.
Yayo, huh? Yes.
Yayo?
Zach
Isn't that
is
cocaine?
Zach is dating a viejo woman.
What does that mean?
You're dating.
That is
an
very
older-
peligroso. I sound Italian, but that's okay.
You're dating an older woman.
What's wrong with dating an older woman?
Well, I just
What's wrong with older women?
older women have experience, but I think this particular woman is it's not really a good idea. Personally, I think I just wouldn't want to see Zach get used. I wouldn't want to see him get used.
I think that's very kind of you, but maybe
Always
Zach
looking
needs
out
to,
for me.
Yeah, maybe he needs to make his own decisions.
Sure.
That
I
is
just-
very pensativo, thoughtful of you.
Thank you.
Listen, I can't believe you're even talking. I mean, you've got your whole family in place. I mean, you've spent 16 years with your oldest boy, Dennis, or whatever his name is.
Daniel, Luke, and Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've spent time with all of them. They're my children.
Hey, you're Daniel there. He just asked Crystal to a Rolling Stones concert.
What?
He's taking her to the Stones concert. That little present he gave her, I don't know
What was it?
I don't know what was in it, but apparently he's taking her to the concert now. Next thing I know, she's back on the phone with him, laughing and giggling and talking to him.
Well, I know he's been on the phone, but he won't say who he's talking to.
Well, he's been talking to my daughter.
And they're going to a rock and roll concert?
Yes, they are. You didn't even hear about that? What kind of parenting's that?
Well,
Come on
no.
there, buds.
What do you mean? What kind of... Don't you throw that back at me.
Oh, I'm just saying.
You should be as concerned about this as I am. I don't want Daniel's life ruined by
believe
having
me, again, if
some baby on his lap.
I got to see my daughter come back through the door with the face she had on it last time she was with your son there, I don't know what I'll do.
You should be worried not about the face she's going to have on, but they're going to go to rock and roll. What do you think happens in rock and roll?
Oh, Brenda, for Christ's sakes, will you get your head out of the clouds for a
Don't
second?
use the Lord's name in vain.
I
number
apologize.
one.
I apologize about that. But you know what? Tell him to bring some.
What?
You know,
What? Some candy?
tell him to bring a Jimmy.
What are you talking about?
Condom.
A condom? No, they shouldn't be having sex. They need a chaperone.
You know. yeah, they do need a chaperone, and maybe you could take them, Brenda. Maybe you could be the chaperone, huh? What do you think of that?
Well,
I don't-
know I didn't do a very good job last time, but maybe this is my time to make up.
Well, I don't think there's too many ravines around there.
Well, I don't know. I think it's one big ravine.
You sure you want to go to a Stones concert?
Well, I don't know. I guess I could take some earplugs.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess compared to what is out there, I mean, the Queen Street place, it'll be all right. I mean, yeah, it's got a lot of work to do, but maybe, hey, you know what? That'll be fun.
No.
We can... Okay. What's wrong with the Queen Street place?
Didn't you notice the taps? I mean, the taps are all on backwards. I mean, who wants to live in a place where the taps are on backwards?
Okay, you're kidding, right?
No.
Okay, now we're not taking a place because the taps are on backwards?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that might affect our brains, you know, always
Okay,
turning on
Sue, no, okay? This, to me, everything that you've been saying in like the last half an hour, it sounds like excuses to me, okay? I've done everything you've ever asked me to do, okay? I came out to my parents because you felt it was important, you know, for me to do. You asked me to move in with you, and I considered, and I've made the choice, and I'm doing that. Except, you're not giving me anything back. I mean, how many places have we looked at now? There was something, and now it's the taps are wrong? Like,
Hey, it's okay. You know, I want to live with you. I really, really do. I just want to find the right place. I'm crazy about you. You know that.
No messages from Shannon.
Still nothing?
Still.
Well, what's wrong with
There was a
Shannon?
fire at her home yesterday.
She got a
Fire?
call when she was on
Yeah,
the train.
so we're just waiting to
I
find
can't
out.
believe she hasn't called me yet.
Like your whole house burnt down?
I don't
know,
know.
I don't
She
know.
wasn't working too well. She hasn't been on the train today, so
Yikes.
Wow,
I hope she's all right.
that's crazy.
That's weird.
Look, Zach, you got to tell me what happened, okay? This is for your own good.
I gotta
need to know
tell you what
yes,
happened?
just tell me what happened. At the
Okay.
date.
Okay, look, if you must know, we had a great time, okay? She came over, I cooked her dinner, we shared a bottle of wine. Look, she loved my roommates. She even played video games with me. Yeah, go ahead, make fun of me. Video games. She
No.
kicks ass at Death Ray 3, okay?
Okay.
And I'm sorry that she's having a better time with me and my video games than you and
It's
your
not
fancy
about
clothes
that.
and whatever.
Zach,
like
it's
fun,
fine.
Zach.
It's fine, okay? It's not about that. I just don't want you to get hurt in this, okay? I don't want you to become a pawn in her sick game, okay? Look, I know she likes me still, okay? And I just don't want you to get tangled up that she ends up using you to get back at me. And I mean, this was quite a display yesterday on her part, okay?
She didn't seem to be missing you so much when we were kissing last night, man.
Wait, I have a word for you. Hold on. Celoso.
What's that?
Jealous.
Celoso.
Listen to you guys going on and on about the choices, the difficult choices that you have to make with your children. I'm never going to get the opportunity to make those choices, okay?
Lucas, I think it's time that you started acting like an adult instead of a child.
What are you talking about?
Think about Charlie. It's time that you start thinking about this little boy. You're
Listen.
being incredibly selfish.
How would you like it if somebody came along and said that you couldn't talk to your kid anymore? How would you feel?
Well, that's not even an issue.
It's not. What if the courts, like the courts took custody, or like Doug wanted to get a divorce or something, and somebody said that you could never see your child ever again? How is that going to make you feel?
Well, that's not gonna happen, so I don't even know why I'd speculate.
It's happening for him, Brenda,
Exactly.
right?
Need
It's
I
happening for
remind
him.
you that I didn't ask for this, okay? She told me that I was the father of this child, and now she says I can't see him.
That's
well,
right.
maybe she felt guilty or she had to clear her conscience, but think about
Listen,
the boy.
he's plugging into the animal instinct of parenthood, all right? He's feeling like we all have. If anybody ever took my kids away from me, I'd fight tooth and nail to get them back, all right? How can you criticize? I mean, what kind of dad would he be if he didn't fight for his kid, right? To get him back. What kind of parent would he be, Brenda?
I mean, there's a lot of advantages to owning a home. I mean, our money goes into our own property instead of some rich landlord just making a profit.
Okay, how is it that we've gone from moving in together to buying a home?
I thought about it all week, and I'm so tired of moving from apartment to apartment. I want a home. I don't want just some place to live again and then move on again. I want a home. I want us to have a home.
Okay, Sue, I just don't understand. Like, I barely make over minimum wage at my job. How can I afford a home?
I have a full-time job, and we're young. We're first-time home buyers. I mean, the down payment will be small, and we can move to Hamilton. I could get a better job. It'll be cheaper.
Well, what if we break up?
What if? I love you. I love you, and I want to be with you. I want to make a home with you. I want you to marry me. Will you marry me?
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Just think about it, okay?
Window of my third class seat.